Hi, I'm Mr. Ouija and I teach 504.
Hi, Miss Pizzullo again, and I teach 505.
And today we're going to be talking to you about sandwich fractions. Now, fractions is when we divide something into equal parts. Okay? So, Mr. Ouija here has a sandwich. It's a square.
I also have a sandwich. It's also a square.
And today we're going to be teaching you how to divide or separate the sandwiches so that Miss Pizzullo and Mr. Ouija has equal pieces, equal parts.
So I'm going to start with my sandwich today, and I'm thinking about a way that I could turn this into equal parts. Mr. Ouija, if I fold this into half long ways, I think I found a way to make equal parts.
So that means you get a piece and I get a piece of the same size.
That's right. I cut them so that I can show that they are equal pieces. Mr. Ouija gets a piece and I get a piece.
Now, Miss Pizzullo, I'm thinking, this square or sandwich, you've divided them and separated them into equal pieces so that I get the same size piece as yours. I wonder if there's a different way of dividing a square into equal pieces. Let me have a look. This square or sandwich, I'm going to try to fold it, I think, this way. And it's in the shape of a triangle. So if I open it up, you see this line that's dividing this piece to this piece. I'm going to cut it.
And as Mr. Ouija cuts it, I'm wondering, are they still equal parts? At home, are you thinking, are they equal parts? Will Miss Pizzullo get the same size as Mr. Ouija? What do you think?
What do you think? Do we have equal parts? Let me just fold it in like this to see. Are they the same shape?
They are. These are two different ways that you can split a sandwich into half and give equal pieces.
Now, Miss Pizzullo, you've written something on your piece over there. Can you just tell us what it means?
I did. I labelled my fraction, and I think that you could label your fraction too, because this side is 1/2 and this side is 1/2. So I labelled them to make sure that I remembered that this was half of a sandwich each.
Oh, so that 1/2 means 1/2. So I have 1/2 here for Miss Pizzullo, and I also have another half here for Mr. Ouija.
Now, I still have another square here, sandwich, and I'm thinking of another way that I could break this up into equal parts. Okay, so 1/2 is one way to break it up into equal parts, but is there another way? I think I do have another way. As I'm thinking about it, I want you to think at home what you think Miss Pizzullo might do to break up the sandwich into equal parts again. This time, I folded the piece of paper twice. Instead of just once, I folded it over twice. And now, if I open it back up, I notice that my sandwich now has been broken up into 4 equal parts.
Wow, 4 equal parts. Now, as Miss Pizzullo is cutting that, I want you guys to think, boys and girls, how many pieces would Mr. Ouija get? And how many pieces would Miss Pizzullo get so that we each get the same amount, the equal amount?
Now, if I've got 4 in total, how many should I give Mr. Ouija? I think I'd give Mr. Ouija 2, right? So that we have equal parts. Now, Mr. Ouija, are your pieces the same size? Are they equal parts?
Let me just put them together like this. Yep, corners matches corners, sides matches sides. Yep, I do have equal parts.
Right. So when we break something up into 4 different equal parts, do you know what that word is? How do we describe 4 equal parts? Mr. Ouija, do you know the answer to that?
Quarters.
Quarters, that's right.
Now, Miss Pizzullo, can you show us on your pieces how we write quarters in the same way that we've written halves?
So if we've got 4 equal pieces, instead of putting 1/2, this time I'm going to put 1/4. So my quarter is going to be labelled like this.
see. Let's label all of those pieces like that.
Here we go. We've got 4 quarters or 4 equal parts.
And together it makes a
Whole.
a whole sandwich.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, Miss Pizzulo, thank you so much for splitting it in that way. Now, boys and girls, we're going to figure out a different way of splitting our sandwich into quarters. So Mr. Ouija has split them into equal parts by folding them right in the middle like this so that we get 2 triangles. I wonder if I can do the same by folding it 2 times, the same way that Miss Pizzulo has, to make quarters. I know. I'm going to fold it once, just as I have before, and then I'm going to fold it twice, just as I have before. So I've just folded this half again. Now, I'm going to then cut them.
So what Mr. Ouija did was, while I folded mine twice to make quarters, Mr. Ouija did the same thing, but his quarters are going to look a little bit different to mine. They're going to look a little bit different. So as he's cutting them, let's have a look at what his now sandwich, or what his 4 equal parts look like.
Ready? Dum, dum. Whoop.
There we go. Oh, it's a bit tricky.
It's
How
a
do
bit
we
tricky,
do
so
this?
match
How
it
do
up.
we do this? How do we do this?
Ready? Like this. Whoop.
Like this and like this.
Did you see that? Boys and girls, did you see how Mr. Ouija also cut it 2 times, but in a different way, for us to get equal parts so that we can divide this whole sandwich into quarters? Okay, do you remember how we write down quarters? What the symbol looks like? It's 1 over.
And there we have it. So we have split our sandwich up 4 different ways. So today we want you to try to do the same. Using 4 different pieces of paper, we want you to break your sandwich up into halves and then break them up into quarters. Try 4 different ways to do that. Okay, grade 1? Good luck!
Off you go.